We're back here on Southeastern 16. I'm Chase Robinson. That is Chris Lee. As we continue talking SEC football and giving you three bold predictions for each of the 16 SEC teams. It is the Aggies of Texas A&M's turn, so we'll give you three bold predictions for the Aggies heading into 2024 and what should be an interesting season with first year under head coach Mike Elko. A lot has changed, but I think there's a lot to be excited about for Texas A&M. We'll talk about that after we talk about BetOnline, the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything online sports betting. Right now, you can receive a 50% free bet of up to $250 on your first deposit. You can bet on anything, baseball going on, Formula One racing, whatever it is, they've got it for you. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, you can go to the online casino, get in on a game of blackjack or poker or one of the over 150 slots games. Head over to the website today to get in on the action. You can use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet online, the game starts here. All right, Chris, three bold predictions for the Texas A&M Aggies. I'll give you my first one. Nic Scourton, transferred from Purdue. My bold prediction is that he leads the nation in sacks. Last year he had 10, led the Big Ten. I think he takes it a step further this year. Now he's going to be going against some really good offenses in the SEC. My bold prediction is that he leads the nation in sacks in 2024.
I can't decide if that's bold, too bold, or not bold at all, because you said it pretty well. I mean, one thing is the numbers last year, but here's the background of this, okay? You're competing against other guys. I think in the Georgia predictions, I said I think Michael Williams will lead the conference in sacks. Now, that was really bold because you got this case here. You've got James Pierce at Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beauty pageant of pass rush. And Harold Perkins at LSU, right? I mean, turn him loose on the quarterback maybe and see what that can look like. So you got a lot of competition there. Oh, and by the way, his teammate last week, in case you didn't hear, and we're doing this mid-August, Shamar Turner made a prediction he's going to get 15 sacks. Now, I don't know how that works. I don't know if there's so much attention on Skelton that Turner has a big year or whatever, but I think your prediction is interesting because I could see it going a number of ways. Oh, and here's another one. I think A&M is going to roll through some of these games, especially at home. So he may be off the field, not accumulating some numbers, and I guess you can say that about some other teams and schools too. But I think, like I said, that's why I think that's an interesting prediction because I can't make up my mind where I stand on that one.
Yeah, and he's really good. I mean, obviously he led the Big Ten in sacks last year, so I'll be interested to see how he does, especially with the guy across the way. You mentioned Shamar Turner and what he expects from the year, so that'll be interesting to see. All right, what is your bold prediction for the Aggies heading into 2024, Chris?
Had a hard time coming up with one, but here's one I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Connor Weigman ends the year with over 3,500 yards worth of total offense. And that's a lot of yards, especially when they've got two quarterbacks who played before. And remember, he got hurt last year. But you look at how efficient he was when he played last year, Chase, 8.2 yards per throw. You throw the ball a lot at that rate, you're going to pile up some passing yards. And here's another thing. It was only 12 carries, but he averaged nearly 5.5 yards a carry with 2 TDs last year. Total offense includes rushing yardage. I just think what he can do with his arm and with his feet. And, oh, by the way, we're doing this a few days after Ruben Owens is officially done for the year. So some of those yards are going to go elsewhere. I think if Connor Weigman can stay healthy and they don't take him out too soon, and give me a bowl game for a little grace in that prediction. Because that's otherwise you're looking at almost 300 yards of total offense a game. That's hard for anybody to do. But I like Connor Weigman, and I think that's got a chance to hit.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's a very underrated quarterback. Again, he's coming in, last year and really every year I feel like he hasn't gotten a full season to do what he can do, whether it's injury, whether it's another quarterback playing. So I feel like this could be kind of the year we see Connor Weigman come out if he can stay healthy. And I think that's a huge thing for him is just staying healthy.
Yeah. I think that's the key to it. I think that's where I'm probably more concerned. I'm more concerned. I think he could probably produce at that level on a per game basis. The question is, does he get the season?
Yeah, that was a good one. Good one there, Chris. All right, here is our third bold prediction. And the more I think about it, I don't know how bold this is when I look at the schedule, but I'm going to say they win 10 games this year. And again, you start diving into this, looking at the schedule, the more we know about each team as we've been preparing for the season and done these videos and everything, the more we find out about each team, I feel like the more we can look at a schedule like this and say, hey, this is possible for Texas A&M to win 10 games. But that's my bold prediction because I don't think a lot of people are saying that, but A&M's going to win 10 games.
Yeah, let's look at that for a minute. Bowling Green going to be an easy win. Aggies going to be probably close to a 30-point favorite in that one. New Mexico State in November, that's going to be the easy win. Aggies would be over 30-point favorites in that one. McNeese State, hey, if they don't win that game, then we're gonna have a different type of show. And then the Notre Dame is the opener for the last out of conference game. I think right now A&M is about a 1-point favorite as we do this early August. Notre Dame has had a key loss or two. I think they lost their left tackle for the season. Again, that's going to be Mike Elko's debut game. It's going to be a night game. People are going to be fired up for that one. So I'm liking 4-0 out of conference. With non-conference out of the way, let's go to conference play. Let's start on the road. Road games at Florida, at Mississippi State, at South Carolina, at Auburn. I would say those teams are going to rank somewhere between 10 and 16 in the SEC. So you don't get an at Georgia or an at Alabama. You got Arkansas, neutral field game, but probably more in your backyard. So that's 5 right there. I mean, you give them all those, and I'm not sure we should, but just for argument's sake, that's 9 right there. Then what you got to do, you got to get one at home against either LSU or Texas. Neither of those are going to be easy, but I like in Missouri. That won't be easy, but I think all those games are going to be, maybe a field goal line one way or the other. I think the schedule sets up pretty well for Texas A&M to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. I mean, again, we're not talking about A&M a lot when it comes to a team winning 10 games, but I think it certainly is in the realm of possibility. And so, that's my bold prediction. They win 10 games. We'll have you covered on the Aggies and every SEC football team this fall as the season right around the corner. Get ready to crank up SEC football. So hit the subscribe button here on Southeastern 16's YouTube channel. Like our video. You can drop a comment as well. And spread the word about Southeastern 16. We'll have you covered all football season long with every SEC team. We also cover SEC basketball and baseball year-round as well. So subscribe to our channel. And if you want to sponsor our content, you can shoot me an email, Chase at southeastern14.com or caroline.smith at southeastern14.com. And we can begin those conversations on what it looks like to sponsor our content here on Southeastern 16. We got you covered. All things SEC. For Chris Lee, I'm Chase Robinson. We'll see you next time.